You don't need to do any kind of deep dive just to come across these figures. €1,500 or €2,000 a month for your rent. That is simply unaffordable. And it seems to me that you don't actually understand what's happening out there. You seem to be suggesting that these funds build the houses in question. They don't. They acquire them. And they are acquiring them by outbidding ordinary families and workers who simply want to purchase their home and put a roof over their head. That's what's happening. And do you know what your policy is doing? It's actually making a bad situation worse. And it's demonstrating that the wrong kind of supply can actually make the situation worse. So for the average renter, they find themselves in this nightmare of your construction, being fleeced for high rent by these funds that have sweetheart and favourable arrangements with you, unable to accumulate a deposit and unable to advance in their lives in their totality. It is outrageous, and it strikes me that you are happy to come in and recite big figures, but never actually get to the root of the issue or deal with the day-to-day reality that people cannot make their rent. So I put it to you again, as part of your cost of living package, cut rents by means of a tax credit, and for God's sake, put a ban on runaway rent increases for 3 years.
You,
do those things, Taoiseach, for the renters of this country.
Thank you very much.
There is no doubt in my mind that your policies would restrict rental supply in the next number of years and would actually cause rents to go up. And you mentioned houses there. You know well that we've already taken steps, legislative and taxation, that doesn't allow for bulk buying of houses and for homes in housing estates. It does not, and you know it. And Bord Pleanála has followed up in terms of recent decisions in relation to that. Mullen Park and Maynooth did not proceed. And we're talking here in terms of the other report that was referenced this morning in terms of apartments and so on. That's the context. And in terms of houses and homes and so on in the States, there cannot be bulk buying in those situations. But as I've said, I know that. I do understand. But I think the fundamental point is one of supply. And you've consistently ignored it because you're playing the political sloganeering. You're into exploiting the issue for the sake of electoral gain. I know that. But the real issue in supply is this. At different times and at different stages, your spokesman and others will advocate for private development and say we want it. What we're saying in Housing for All, 33,000 houses is required. Social housing of up to 10,000 will be required, and we're providing funding for. Likewise with affordable housing, and likewise there will be a need for private rental. If we restrict supply, the rents will go up. As sure as night follows day. We need supply, and what we do not need is serial objections, as your party have, to Tala, to Tunnabate, right across. You have objected to about 6,000 houses. Sinn Féin have objected to them and voted against them happening. Now that to me is hypocrisy when put in contrast with the huge crisis that we have in terms of housing.
The estate is Fianna Fáil. I'm fed up with this Taoiseach lying about what Sinn Féin councillors are doing.
Do not accuse the Taoiseach.
Right lies.
It is not acceptable to accuse
any member. It is
not acceptable to accuse any member of the House of lying. I would ask you to withdraw that tape.
Withdraw it. It's dishonest.
Oh, well, please withdraw the accusation of lying.
No intention of
it is out of order. You know it is. So, are you substituting misleading the House?
I'm more than happy to substitute willingly misleading the House for lying. It's the same thing, Taoiseach.
Thank you.